July 12th, 2023. A trailer was revealed for a game called Arzetti, the Jewel of Faramore. At first, I thought it was just some internet joke thing. Some game that would be released on itch.io and never thought of again, but it was serious. And in a way, it pissed me off. What a chronically online thing to do, right? Get angry at something that isn't affecting me unless I specifically choose to engage with it. But I had a real reason for it. The reason that the original Zelda Seedy Eye Games did so badly back then, which is what Arzetti is inspired by, is mostly because of awful controls. Well, also because of bad voice acting, grindy gameplay, bad platforming, janky looking animation. If they really wanted to make a game based off the original Zelda Seedy Eye Games, then the game itself would also be bad. I eventually forgot about it, and I was playing Punch-Out Wii and struggling on Contender Mode, King Hippo. He's really hard, and I was listening to some Game Grumps. After finishing a music video of Dan singing the Urban Dictionary definition of gooning,
even more accurate when the gooning status achieved, the man's body becomes, for all intents and purposes, an appendage to his erection.
I eventually saw a video thumbnail of a whitewashed Arzetti, and I did the most responsible thing about this game that I had no interest in playing. I bought it. Was the game going to be as shit as I thought it was going to be, or would it turn out to be amazing? I don't know. It's still installing while I'm writing this, I'm not sure. Just like I don't know how I'm going to make a transition about actually talking about the game. The game tells us a story of the evil Dimer trying to take over the lands, with Arzetti and Dale stopping him and trapping him in a book. I wonder why I've heard that before. With the jewels of Pheromone being used to trap him in said book. After trapping him, the jewels broke, with the king of the castle that Arzetti's at telling everyone to guard the jewels. Notice how quick I said all this? The game had a 2-minute cutscene just for that, which doesn't sound like much, but when listening to it, I wondered halfway that if I left to get some water, if it'd still be going. Normal or casual? Well, I ain't no pussy. If there was a hard mode, I'd pick that. Anyways, time to get into the game. Oh, another long-ass cutscene. Uh-oh. Looks like Dimer has escaped the book thanks to this guy, and in return, he turns green. Obviously. Dimer summons 4 furries and tells them all to take their own piece of the jewel and guard it with their life. He then gets too close for comfort, as he will continue to do for the rest of the game when he ever reappears. Scene cuts to old fucker telling the king, Arzetti, and Dale that some shit is going on outside. Monsters everywhere, there's purple stuff on the map that blinds people or whatever. Arzetti asks about some beacons that should have been there to solve it, but the old guy says that nobody gave a shit enough to actually have them already on. King says that there's a bunch of candles outside to help to turn the beacons back on, and we're on
That settles it then! Another fun adventure for me to stay out of!
Okay, thanks. And we're on our way. Oh god, we're starting this. The main worry about the game that I had actually turns out that the controls are pretty smooth. Moving and attacking in the Zelda Seedy Eye Games felt like trying to drive a car that just got out of a car accident. While in Arzetti, feels like not that. We play around in the tutorial and off we go.
Well, what are you waiting
Shut up! I'm trying to play! And off we go into adventure. Wait, actually, I don't want to play. Instead of going to the first level, I stayed in the castle to try to explore a bit. Talked to a guy and...
I say, what a lovely day in the kingdom.
Yeah, fighting Dimer is great. Haven't you noticed his return?
Calm down there, Serengeti. We haven't actually done anything. And despite not actually having any rubies, I went to the shop and instantly realized why this is much better than the Seedy Eye Games.
My goods will improve your fortunes, so long as you improve mine.
The dialogue is actually witty and funny, but like, not funny, does that make sense? I actually want to talk to the characters to listen to what they have to say. While in the Seedy Eye Games, I ignore them whenever I can.
Yes, princess, I surely...
Oh wow, you're just a fucking waste of space, aren't you? Just from walking around this castle area, the game encourages exploration and has a sweet soundtrack. Like seriously, this is some quality I was not expecting. I thought the Seedy Eye Games are supposed to act as an inspiration. I want some bullshit to yell at. Fuck! Went through the first level and oh my god, I'm playing Hotel Mario. Wow, we apparently just got a beacon, and the other beacon we have to go through is locked through some color magic. Obviously. I'm not sure what to take from all of this, but Confetti here is super pissed about it. Small nitpick incoming, I really don't like this cutscene. It's super obvious that 3D models were used. Whether or not it's actually in the game, or if it's just a traced MP4 file, I noticed it instantly and it just doesn't look good in my opinion. Despite the Seedy Eye Games' awful animations, the charm of it was how there was basically no direction to them. And the animators basically did whatever they wanted. Giving them 3D models gives them depth, and this will sound weird, but it makes them look too good. Well, whatever, we gotta threaten this guy and then continue our adventure. While completing a quest, I realized what adds to this game, and making it just fun to play. The fact that fighting and collecting rubies is actually fun. Enemies in Zelda Seedy Eye actually looked super weird, like, what is this? Clearly, it's a louder. And collecting rupees in the game is such a task because you have to stop in your tracks and hit them with your sword to collect it. But in Arzetti, you just have to walk over to the rubies and you collect them automatically, and fighting big enemies actually shows little health bars, and makes it such a treat to kill them. Finally, they gave this guy something for a quest, and just from this cutscene alone, you could tell how much fun they had voicing the game.
Really? I can't believe it!
I appreciate it.
They're so perfect! Ooh!
You understand, hmm?
But hey, I'm getting distracted. Practically everything I just said, I wrote as soon as the thing happened in my playthrough. So let's focus for a second. We're introduced to this guy who's never given a name outside of the health bar, so I won't refer to him by a name. Instead, I'll call him Naysayer, because he's a goddamn joke. The fight is super easy, and even Yeti here laughs at all the accidental jokes that he says. There's even some acorns you could drop on him that does even more damage to him, making the fight even easier. Anyways, this guy is dead, and I'm not really sure where else to go. So, to the desert! This part is what I've been waiting for since Sweaty here has always given me Shantae vibes. Shantae has always given me desert vibes. For some reason. I've never actually played a Shantae game. Here we also find a fairy after hitting 2 balls, every degenerate's pastime, which you can clearly tell is supposed to be similar to the ones from the Zelda Seedy Eye games. From the animation to the design, even the voice of the fairy, it reeks of
We're free. You saved us. Here's a life heart and some fairy dust. Have some water of life. Oh, thank you for releasing me, dear. Allow me to heal you.
All right.
As a reward, how about some fairy dust?
No, thanks.
Oh, I insist. Enjoy!
Only real complaint I have so far is that sometimes I'm struggling to realize what's a part of the background and what's something I can stand on. Like here in the desert, is this supposed to be obvious? I mean, with these rocks differently colored, I thought most of what's behind it is supposed to be a part of the background. And here too, aren't these cactuses supposed to hurt me like spikes? Actually, it's cacti. No, don't turn down my opacity! Ah!
What are you working on?
Oh, it's just a little bow weapon that can shoot magic. Thing is, I need fairy dust to get it working. But I can't find any fairies anymore. Oh, quel dommage. What about you, child?
Nope, but I'll keep a lookout for them.
No, we found one earlier. Why would you lie to this lady who sounds like she was recorded on a different microphone? What are you, petty? Do this again and I'll shoot you with my gun we just got. Anyways, we got a gun. With this, we can go through some areas that have giant red block walls. How about we check it out with the castle? Looky here, we just found a cool library.
Do you have anything on Dimer?
Would ask about No.
Your library is pretty shit if I can't get past a bookshelf. What is this, a libar B? Alright, Andu Desert lit up. We see a pretty sad cutscene of the king talking to a scary...
Arzette.
Arzette? What? That's how you're supposed to say it? You're telling me I've been saying it wrong this whole time? Well, obviously, just look at the name. Where did that come from? From me! Don't you remember when you turned down my opacity? Jeez, you're just the worst. No! Don't delete me! No! And with that, the world opens up. We get to see even more areas to explore. Let's stop by Norin Swamp. Make it to the end of the level and we find some guy that won't move because he's hungry. But he won't settle for peasant food. He requires the best, which is clearly... Anyways, off we go to find this asshole's food, and what better place to look for it than Mount Fuji? Here, it's where I realize that the enemies don't respawn if you kill them in a specific area and leave and come back. It's pretty freaky, honestly. feels like I'm in an Undertale genocide run. Anyways, we go over here and see. Oh my god! Who are you? Where have you been all of my life?
If you wish to scour cursed places for jewels, you better come well prepared. I can give you protection against evil energy. If you help me.
Yeah, of course. Anyway, see you, bye! A pretty heavy story event just happened, and it seems like Dale is just happy to be here. So says the king. Despite being sick, I sure hope nothing bad happens. What? My god, that's awful. The king just fucking died! Man, I need a moment to think about this. I'm not sure about you, but I think it's time to speed things up again. Focus on what's really important, you know? My queen! I return with the—
Well, I certainly won't be needing it anymore. Farewell!
Of course. Oh my god, and who might you be?
I'm grateful for you sucking it to those unruly ghosts.
Wow, I didn't know they put Book of Life here. Just got the double jump, and I just need to gush about the controls again. It feels so nice, and it's so responsive. I've died so many times, but every time it actually feels like it's my fault. Not the game being slow as hell or platforming being stupid. It's always because I got too cocky and pushed forward and I'm at like half a heart. I also want to talk about the gun that the game just gives you. Yeah, remember that? Despite needing ammo, it almost feels like second nature to use it when fighting enemies. Ignoring the fact that sometimes it is, most of the time I just use it to get rid of enemies from a star instead of just using it for the walls. But here we are, back at the castle, and I found a pretzel shop! Jesus Christ, I love pretzels and—
So, business is booming then, Maki?
Ugh, you're so boring. You'll be more interesting dead!
You listen here! You know what? Actually, give me a second. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you! You're so stupid! You're such a stupid cat! You're not even orange! And so, Arzette continues her adventure to find another beacon to light up. Where afterwards, the game proceeds to tell us what a flute does after I just got it. I loved game design. However, as I was enjoying the game, I looked to the corner of my screen and noticed the time. 5:21 a.m. This was ridiculous, and so I decided to sleep, where I would have a dream of being awake. Then I proceeded to wake up. I fucked myself over in this part in Whatever the Land. I mean, I guess I understood that the flute was crossing out the music as if not to play it, but I guess I didn't really think about it. Man, the game is getting pretty difficult, but thankfully I was able to find out what button it is to actually use my shield since I got an upgrade for it. Let's see what's over here.
Nothing comes between me and my gold! Nothing!
Oh, is that what this is about? Your shiny doubloons? Man, you know what? I'm gonna give you the same treatment I gave Catwoman like 5 minutes ago. Oh my god, he's gone. Wait, he's over there! Don't be pulling no dynamic movement! Yeah, I hope the lands of... Hang on. Wait, hang on, where are we again? Yeah, I hope the lands of Faramore have free healthcare! Anyways, time to go to Denny's. We fight the Green Goblin from the intro cutscene who... I feel like I have to say this out loud. In the cutscene is the one to start the fight, but then spends the entire fight running away like a little bitch. Alright, we completed the Jewel of Faramore, so now it's time to go fuck up Dimer. But before we go do that, let's go inside the castle to upgrade our sword and get the power of purple on our side. Now let's go fuck up Dimer. We finally find Dimer and ask a simple question.
Why did you embrace the darkness? Why choose this?
Why not?
Wow, that was awesome. How many weeks did it take for you guys to think up of that one? You know what? I'm not even upset that Dimer dies in one hit. The game was overall so much fun, and I really enjoyed it. Although I wish there was some health upgrades, and some parts were just a little bit... You gotta be kidding me.